Before we begin today's video, I would like to give a shout out to one of our newest subscribers, Killer Cal02. Thank you for subscribing, and welcome to the family. And now on with today's video. Perfect Draw. Greetings, viewers! It is I, Drayhon, and welcome back to another RPG overview video. I was finally able to back the newest TCG RPG, Perfect Draw, and I was able to get my hands on the sort of prototype version of their core rulebook. 220 pages of excellent material that I will be making sure to cover, and I really do hope to find the physical copy of this book in the mail in the future, since I was able to back the project. What's wrong with you? What are you talking about? I gave you my postal code. Are you stupid? It is a real postal... What in the world is wrong with you sites these days, thinking that my postal code isn't real? It is a real postal code. It's got all the right numbers. It is real. I get mail here. What in the world is wrong with... Ouch! Stop that! What are you doing? I gave you my postal code. You better take my money. Ouch! Well, guess I'm not using that site ever again. Joke's on them, though. I still managed to have the PDF version of that core rulebook that I mentioned, since I did technically back the project. I wonder if I'll still be able to get that booster pack PDF, though. That's got some important character options that I'm going to need in the future. Anywho, welcome back to the video. The backing site thingy known as Backer Kick doesn't like my postal code. Probably because I live out in the sticks. That is the second time a site did not like my postal code. It did like it when I was using PayPal, but for some reason just using my card wasn't good enough for it. Unfortunately, this Backer Kick thing doesn't have access to PayPal, just Google Play. I don't have a Google Play account. Anywho, we are talking about Perfect Draw. And when I got access to the PDF, I did get some notes on what was complete and what is still being worked on. For example, we have the actual PDF file that is right here with the writing, playtesting, layout, and art 100% complete. They are currently working on some guest encounters. If you had backed it for a certain price, you were able to have you as a character in this book. One person did get their special encounter already complete, and there are 4 more that are still in the works. There are also some champion tier encounters that might come into play at some point. Then there is the booster pack PDF, which is basically their DLC version of their system, which is currently still in the works, giving us access to some new character options known as the Mentor, the Love Struck, the Other Me, the Facade, and the Crew. All of them sound like they would be perfect character options to play as in the future. We'll also be getting some additional pre-made cards as well as some new encounters. 3 new card game combat formats, which sounds very interesting. Probably like a 2v2 or a free-for-all. Something that would be very interesting for this RPG system. And there's also a layout for a booster pack PDF. Wonder what that's about. Currently, the 2 creators are taking a break, so once they are back from the break, hopefully that booster pack PDF will be online. And I will be able to show that to you all as well when we go into a more in-depth view on character creation. Because I really want to figure out what those new 5 character options are about. Like I said, I hope I'm still able to get access to it, but I was still able to get access to this PDF, which is the prototype of the final product. There's probably going to be a couple of tweaks here and there. Hopefully I'll be able to get an update on the system for this prototype PDF, even though the system glitched on me and didn't want to take my money for whatever reason. So hopefully I'll be able to still keep up with this project as it updates. Anywho, the final thing I wanted to talk to you about was that they also have a custom card creation app in the works so that you will be able to create your own cards for this RPG system. There's also going to be some VTT assets. Virtual tabletop. Okay, that makes sense. That would actually be quite useful in the future. Anyway, what exactly is Perfect Draw? Well, Perfect Draw is an RPG system that currently has 2 playtest versions that you can download for absolutely free. There's no backing required for that part. You can still play the game with these 2 sort of playtest materials. I have the prototype of the final version, so we'll mostly be covering that, but some of the information is going to be coming from these 2 manuals, since they are the sort of a product that everybody can have access to. But anyway, Perfect Draw is a card game-based TTRPG, based off of card game anime, and the judge book is the GM. Anyway, it's going to be based off of the classic card game anime such as Yu-Gi-Oh!, Duel Masters, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Digimon, Redemption, Kingdom Hearts, and Cardfight Vanguard. And I think Chaotic was one. There certainly are a lot of card games out there that you probably could adapt to this RPG system to make your own anime-style adventure using that card game. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this system. First, going over the basics of play. This is what everyone is going to have to know about the card game, whether you are a judge or a player. If you are a judge, you're going to need to read the whole entire book or 2 sets. The 2 player kits, the judge and player kits. But the basics of play here is that, of course, it is the 2 primary rules, the player and the judge. At the start of the game, players will select playbooks. This is your character. They have some pre-generated characters within the playtest material. For this quick play guide, you'll be choosing one of the 3 pre-made characters that are already available for you. But once we get into the main system, I will teach you how to create your own characters using the character options or play books that are available. All characters have access to each of the general moves and card combat general moves, in addition to abilities gained from their play books. This is sort of your class, I believe. We'll learn more once we get into character creation in another video. Players take the role of the protagonists of the story. Notice that it says protagonists with an S at the end. That is plural. No one is going to be hogging the spotlight here. Everyone plays an equal role in the protagonist's seat, having the power to define how their character acts and affect the world around them. The judge is the world. You already know this. This is the dungeon master, the game master. There are two pieces of rules that we're going to go ahead and go over, and that's the resolution. When a character describes an action taken by the character that has potential for interesting complications, the judge will make them roll to use a move. This roll is determined by 2d6 plus whatever skill is necessary. Your passion, your skill, and your friendship. Honestly, I kind of like the idea of a 2d6 system. It sounds like it'd be pretty easy to use. Furthermore, we have the baggage. During play, players will often get asked to take baggage in Perfect Draw. Baggage represents the core struggles that your character is dealing with and has a number of effects. This sounds like the penalty system from Digimon that we had talked about, so this might become interesting. You get a -1 for each baggage that you are carrying, which is definitely interesting. So it is going to affect your rolls when you roll the 2d6 for your different checks. So that will definitely be interesting to see. Sample adventure, we have the adventure Rising Stars. This way you'll be able to play out an adventure and see what it might be like. This is in the playtest kit for the Judge book. So definitely something to look forward to. There are also some pre-generated characters here that you, the judge, can use to face off against the players during the sort of tournament that is going on here. The main setting is going to be Shuffle City, which is the location in this RPG. Somewhat like how Dungeons & Dragons has the Forgotten Realms. Character creation, like I mentioned earlier, we do have 3 pre-generated characters. We have Elena, Gurio, our female protagonist, somewhat similar to Yukimoto and Jaden. We have our Seto Kaiba-esque character in Conrad Martin. He is the CEO of Main Phase Technologies, so yeah, he's the sort of Seto Kaiba person. Then we have sort of the protagonist's best friend, known as Agatha Stamatis? Weird last name. Anyway, we actually have an idea of how a character generation might work with these 3 pre-made characters. One of your stats is going to be increased from a 2 to a 3, while the other 2 are only going to be 1 or a -1. Sort of your dump stat, it looks like. You also get your little character biography here, as well as advancements. You got your advancement and your major advancement. You also get some basic character descriptions here. For example, with Elena, she has scruffy hair, and she has the basic school uniform, well padded with a graphic tee. And she also has some gaming tools, which are second-hand and shoddy and common. So that's interesting. While our prodigy, Mr. Martin here, has top-of-the-line gaming tools. I'm guessing that is the sort of dual disc that is attached to their wrists. So that sort of makes sense. And like I said, as a judge, you have access to 10 opponents that you can have battle your players during the tournament arc. and I believe I saw something for creating these NPCs within the main manual, so we'll also be covering that when the time comes. Overall, this is definitely a very interesting RPG system, and I look forward to be able to tell you all about it and how you might be able to create your characters and maybe even creating the cards, since it does have an option for custom card creation within the books. So definitely look forward to some of those. What do you think about Perfect Draw? Let me know in the comment section below, and tell me if you had any problems with this backer kit thingy-mabobber. Because, holy cow, that was annoying. Anyway, until next time, this has been Drehan, and I am offline.